Okay guys, so today there is a football game away. So like I know my dad, like yesterday he asked like what do you do when there's not football games. So today we're gonna show you what we do when there's not really a football game or anything really to do. So we finally got to my car. And it's 78, it's gonna be 80 though today I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to the gas station and then tires to do my tires.
Yeah, tell me some apart.
People are driving extremely crazy today. Like extremely crazy. Like below the speed limit.
I took a picture because I just got stung by being out.
It's red and everything, Nay.
I didn't want to budget too long.
Nah, you would have already started puffing up by now. Thank you.
What is happening to me?
I'm pressing the button, dropping the bag on his head.
Peppa Pig. Yeah. Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig Band-Aids for sting bites.
Today because I really did get stung. And
That should stop it from burning though.
alright. And now we're out because Sydney got stung.
Sydney is the mom of us. Like she literally is making sure. She knew immediately. Sid is helping me look for a lip liner because I know nothing about makeup. And Sid is like the guru. She knows about everything. She knows about all the medications, the makeup, any questions you have. Sid's got it. And this is Lanae. She still is going crazy over her sting bite.
I feel a little bit better. My bee sting is okay now. I want the good stuff that you use. And that's that Miami thing? Yeah. Okay. Every day. Yeah, all in my face. They not looking.
I look like I'm some type of like Krishan Rock type person. Lunch, are we hungry?
I'm so hungry.
So I'm actually kind of hungry too. I haven't eaten all day yet, so. We all look so pretty. Like I just can't. Like all my friends are so beautiful. Like so pretty. Here's the fit, guys. I don't know. I feel like I already showed you guys this. We're eating at the girlies is not giving. It's not giving when it's supposed to give.
And then it's not okay for the weight?
Yeah, she loves a good bowl.
A prime example of what?
Of not to stand outside. Ew, you eat corn dogs? Of course you're a glizzy. You're a glizzy
She be
eater.
messing them corn dogs up. We ain't never seen them corn. She be like, Nate, can you put two of them in the microwave for me last year? She's a tearing them up.
I've never been able to eat with you guys. I just realized that. I'm about to see all of y'all table etiquette.
No, yes, you have been out to eat for my birthday to a restaurant.
If you're anything like my little sister,
I have to know what I'm ordering before I get to the table.
oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, guys, this is
Should I go for the affordable option and get chicken quesadillas?
PWI.
I just want the
Sid is still trying to figure out what she wants. Our server's name is Letitia. She is not black. I'm scared. What is this? What is
Oh, no, it's
this?
because she just got it for the 2%.
I'm pissed. I'm actually like something I'm good. Like I cannot share this with 3 people. I'm black. I'm not sharing this. That's crazy. Oh, it had a crunch to it.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Give it, rate it. For real, y'all. I'm being for real. Bring the
I'm sorry.
So I think that there's multiple husbands that have wives with BG.
But I think they
Like
got
I
it
feel like
after.
that's their key.
No, so I think they got it.
Let me turn this on. Sid's gonna tip 2 cents. And then we'll have.
That look like you're 75.
Rent a car. A tent in the back so the sun doesn't really hit the back. And they said them leather seats bust that.
Bust that back up,
Hey to me.
Let me see, guys.
They're cute. So now we're going to the thrift. Nay's her only second time going to the thrift, so we're gonna go to the thrifts and then we're gonna watch the game. Well, we have to go to a block party, then we're watching.
What about this?
Okay, but that'd be kind of cute with the skirt and you crop it. Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Delicious.
Like that's just like wearing a Penn State football shirt. Oh, about time you bought them, Jones. Ooh, that could even be a mini skirt.
Why is my coochie gonna be out?
Mini skirt vibes. Sid's always look. She didn't put the glasses on. She's in game mode. She's in game mode
Guys,
for
I
real.
really am liking this, and I might have to wear track and field. I'm gonna ask when is it cheesy first though.
Oh, really? I like them. They're cute. So I do need to find another cute pair of cargos though. My friends are thrifting. I love it. It's so cute. Doing things that I like to do is so fun. Like we all find ways to find things. Okay, so I just got these glasses from the thrift. I mean, I always get good finds. Like, what? Okay, this is the second thrift that we're going to, and then Band-Aid. George. I had a Notre Dame sweatshirt once. That sweatshirt's fire though. For Michigan though? That's tough. That is so cute. So there's a lot of options here. Oh, this is so cute, guys. Imagine me learning to play. Oh, there's a sale today. So I actually used it. So what if I buy this? Would it be bad?
Depends how much it is, girl. You starting to wild out.
So I have literally found like 4 pairs of pants. I'm looking for another pair of like tan cargos because I love me a good pair of cargos. I found jeans, which I don't need any more jeans, but I love a good thrifted jeans look. But
Fuck up, bitch. Back the fuck up. I knock the fuck out you.
damn,
Pussy.
she
Hey.
got stung by a bee today.
I have not been happy ever since. I'm not
With this one. They was on to something. Like, they really was on to something. Y'all don't sleep on the Goodwill wigs, for real. Yeah.
Let's better take that off your head from y'all, please.
Tell them how much you just spent.
Yeah, I spent $3 on 1 pair of jeans.
$3. How much did you spend, Sid?
15,
On how many pairs of pants?
3.
Like, you have to hit up the cheapest places first to get your fit.
Like we said, shameless plugs. Make sure y'all get involved this year, you guys.
Hey, John.
Hi, John.
Make sure y'all get involved, man. Let me go to another song. We're going to
You're on my vlog.
let's do it like this.
Hey, so cute.
Give us a rundown on the fit. Give us a rundown on the fit.
Okay, we got Mr. Cars.
Okay.
Cargos from Target.
Okay.
This is from Urban.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
My name's Josh. Shout out to Josh.
Okay.
Downtown right now. Pants, H&M, Easy for my boy. Yeah, you feel me? Easy. Socks, you know, Nike.com. You know the vibes. Hat, NASCAR. You know the vibes. What's it called? Special edition. Yeah, tell the building. You know, got the wall on our shirt. These right here. Goodwill, thrifted, $4.
$4.
You know what's on the beat.
I think I got this from Shein. I think these are from Zara.
Okay.
These are from Crocs.
Those are so cute. Okay, you can't forget the
I'll
bag.
put the toe feet, you know.
Yes.
I'll put my outfit store.
Yes. Yes. Maddie.
Oh shit, what's up? Shout out. Got TRD here.
Yes.
All action, all vibes, I'm saying 2022.
Shout out to Gage. You know, all platforms. You know, this shit too hot. I ain't gonna lie.
So my car is parked illegally, so we had to leave. To my vlog and say hey.
No! Let's go! Overdo that bitch!
Okay guys, it is the next day. I didn't really finish the vlog from yesterday. Well, like I kind of did. Like after we like watched the game and stuff, the day was kind of over. We were gonna go out, but like I really was not up to going out. Like it was just not giving. But I had like a lot of questions of people asking me like what my life is like at a PWI or like just going to Penn State University in general. So I wanted to like end my vlog with talking about some of the topics and questions that people wanted to know. I just want to start off by saying everybody's experience is different. This is just my own personal experience and my own personal like view on how I view going to a PWI and how I view going to Penn State University. Honestly, I've wanted to go here since I was a kid. Like, I always knew I wanted to go to Penn State. I just, like, I had it set in stone. Like, that's what I wanted to do. Those of you that don't know, I do want to go into medical. So I am majoring in biobehavioral health and minoring in communication disorder studies and hopefully going to physician assistant school or medical school. I haven't really, I'm still, like, bordering. I kind of just want to go to PA school, but, like, I also want to go to med school. So like, I don't know, like I'm still deciding. So to talk about like social life here, I say find your group of people. I started off my freshman year with just like one friend, which was my roommate at the time, and I kind of just like, it was just me and her. Like I was kind of scared to reach out and meet new people. I always struggled with like growing up, like because of how I talk and how I kind of carry myself, like you're trying to be white. But my experiences meeting black women at Penn State has been like the most like important moments of my life. Like I feel like I really have changed since like high school. Like people would look at me a lot different than they do now. I would just say like venture out, meet new people. Like I said, I came here with just me and my roommate, and I wasn't expecting to meet new people. I kind of just was like stuck. Like even like when it was time to choose like rooming for Penn State, I was like, I'm not going to commit there if I don't know anyone. Which is like, don't ever choose a school based off if you're not going to know anyone, because I didn't know anyone coming here except my roommate, and came out and like it's literally like a whole new group of girls that I met here, and like we're like best friends. Like I love them. Like I would say once you find your people at your school, you will be completely fine. Like I've had so much fun with them ever since. We hang out like every day. I would say like the community here at Penn State is a decent size. I mean, it's not an HBCU, so it's obviously not going to be huge, but bigger than what I expected. Like when you think Penn State, you think like cult. Like you don't think like, oh, like last year it was, I went to my first like black party. Like I didn't really party in high school, so like it was just like a really, really new experience for me. Like I was not expecting to find as much fun here as I did, if that makes sense, and still being able to manage like academics and like the gym and things like that. I don't really like going out like all the time, but like when I do, like I have fun with my friends, and like sometimes we can even just sit in my room and just laugh. Like we'll laugh for hours, and like, we just like do stuff to make our own fun, if that makes sense. I feel like college is what you make it. Like that's for like we found fun in like ourselves, so now like when there's nothing to do, technically we have fun with each other, and it can also be a little bit distracting here because it's like always something to do. Like you can go out on a Tuesday and Thursday and like get completely distracted. So I feel like having that balance of like, okay, like I can have fun, but I can also like I have to finish like my academics. Like academics, I feel like the school is so big. I will say that Penn State is a huge school. Your freshman year, like my freshman year, I had class where I had 700 kids in my class. Like there's no way they're gonna be able to focus on just me. So I definitely think that's like one of the cons of going here is like your class sizes are huge, and the school itself is just like big. So like learning your way around the campus and learning how to like use your resources academic wise, because it's kind of like sometimes you're teaching yourself here because your classes are so big, and you can attend study sessions and speak to your advisor and talk to your professors, but it's still a big class. It's something that you have to adapt to. I don't remember the exact number of my graduating class in high school, but remember like it not being as big as Penn State. So like I was able to like, if I had an issue or I was struggling in the class, to just go to my teacher and be like, hey, like I'm struggling, and she'd be like, okay, come after school with me. My teacher can't do that for 700 kids, you know? So like it's kind of like you have to teach each other, you teach your friends. Like my best way of learning is like to try to learn, watch YouTube videos and Quizlets, and then to like teach it to my friends. Like take Quizlet test, like fake test on Quizlet, and I found out like when I started to understand it, then I could, if I could explain it to my friends, then I understood it. So I sat there on my iPad and I'm like drawing out like what I was trying to explain. I explained it like pretty. Going to a big school, academic wise, I would feel like learn to teach yourself. Like for real, like if it's a harder course, you definitely want to learn to teach yourself. You definitely got to learn to like be good at writing notes and watching those YouTube videos, like breaking down stuff in that way. You're gonna fail classes. Like I failed bio, I dropped the class. Like my GPA is still good, I have a 3.0, but it's like you are going to fail. College is going to humble you for real. Like I graduated high school with a 3.7 GPA, and I get to college and I got a 3.0 my first semester. I was so upset with myself. I'm like there's a piece missing when I'm learning. So that was definitely my struggle, because I had to find a new way to study for that class. You don't think you're a failure because you failed a class. Don't think you're a failure because the class is just extremely like hard. Like you're gonna have hard classes. Like high school, I barely struggled in school. Like school was my thing. Like I was passing tests like this. Like I didn't really have to study. And then I get to college and I'm like, hold up, like I gotta actually study for these classes. Like I gotta sit down, take time out of my day to actually study. So it was really, really hard to adapt to that that environment. Like, it was hard, especially like I said, like socially, like you can get distracted very fast. Like, there's been times where I had an exam the next day and none of my friends have exams, and they're like, hey, you guys want to go out? And I was this close to being like, yeah. Sometimes I even did say yeah, failed the exam the next day, and I'm like, okay, no, I gotta lock in. Like, this is not to play with. Like, you're paying $6 grand for each of these classes or less or more, and you want to be failing exams because you wanted to go out. So I'm like, I had to learn that the hard way too. Like, girl, sometimes you're gonna have to miss out on stuff. Like, not attend every party, you cannot ever attend every event, because your books matter. Like, it really is. So resource wise, I feel like everybody here is a good networking platform. Like, I have met everyone that I have met has been a good resource for me. Like, I can always go back and be like, hey, like, I remember us having this conversation about this, like, can you help me out? Like, it's always someone there to help you, always. And you'll realize in college that you will need help. Like, there's times where you have to use that hand and ask. Like, I had to ask, and it was hard because I'm such like a I can do it myself person. Like, I've always been that way my entire life, and college taught me, like, girl, you need help, and you're gonna ask for it because you're about to fail and you're about to waste $6 grand, and I did. So dating life, Jesus. Look, I'm not looking to date right now, so I can't really answer the question, but I laugh because a lot of I know a lot of friends that do want to date or are in situationships and things like that, and I'm like, Lord, like, do not make that me, because I can't do it. I was in a relationship the first 2 months. I went through a extremely difficult process mentally when I got here because, like I said, I only had my roommate and me at the time. Obviously, I knew people that I was texting over social media, but I was too nervous to meet up with people in person. Like, before I got to college, I was a very, keep one friend, keep two friends. Like, I don't really need a lot of friends type person. I always stayed under, my ex and my best friend all the time. That's all I knew. So I was really scared to meet new people because I've always had really bad relationships and friendships growing up. So, meeting new people was not on my radar. I was like, I do not want drama in college. Like, I'd rather just stay with me and my roommate and we stick it out for the rest of the year. That was unrealistic. Say that. I don't know what you were thinking, bro. That was unrealistic. So I get here and I realize, I'm, molding into this different person, and I don't know what it's like to be alone, and I don't know what it's like to do things on my own. So I made a decision to step away from a situation and to learn who I wanted to be and who I was going to be. I definitely learned who I was as a person and how I can help people that were in my situation, and just reaching out, getting therapy, healing. I think that's what it is. I've learned healing. You cannot use your best friend all the time. You cannot use your ex all the time. You cannot use dad. You cannot use mom. My mom and them are not always going to be there. I had to really sit down and learn who I wanted to be and who I was going to be. And I couldn't do that with, always pulling on people. I stepped away from a lot of situations because I was pulling on people without needing for myself. So I don't really look to date right now. I can't really answer the dating question very well because I'm not really looking to talk to anyone. I'm not really looking for a relationship. I've really been just focused on my studies and learning to have fun, just being single and having fun with my friends. So I don't really know about the dating aspect, but I do know sometimes it can be hard at a PWI as a black woman. I want to say that a lot of men don't appreciate black women, but I've only ran into men that love black women here. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I am speaking from my own personal experience. This is not everyone. A lot of people could have the whole complete different answer, but I only have the answer of my experience. People here like black women. I want to say, if you believe that you're pretty and you have the confidence that you are a beautiful black woman, I feel like you attract what might even be surprising to you. I've had multiple Caucasian men come up to me you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, and I'm like, thank you. You gotta dominate, you know what I mean? I think, which I learned in therapy, is healing. When you learn to heal, you stop looking at life from a certain perspective. And I think, I'm like not as pretty as the white women, so like I grew, like in high school I hung out with a lot of like white girls, and like I think it kind of stunted how I felt about myself, because like certain men would say things like, okay, like I don't like darker toned women, and I'd be like, oh okay, like okay, like obviously I was in a relationship, but it still hurts to hear it, like, you know what I mean? Like it was like okay, like when people say things like that, or like even when they're not talking to you and they just say it out their mouth and you're like, that was not okay, like that. And I was always angry at it, so I would look at people like, okay, like why? It's not really a why, it's kind of just like, girl, like you are who you are, like, but if you know that you're bad and you know that, like, okay, like you can't force someone to like what they don't, if that makes sense. Like if you're healed, like I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're in a healed state of mind and if you look at life from a different perspective, you have every right to be upset for someone to say something like that. But you can also like listen to what that person just said and accept the fact that you're just not what they want. You know what I mean? Like that's how I started looking at life. Like you're not gonna be what everyone wants. Like you're just not. Like there's no one on earth that is perfect for everyone. Like there's like not one single person. Someone's always gonna find something in you that they do not like. Just date within what you like. If you like it, you go for it. If you don't, you don't. It's just like, I don't know, hit or miss. I feel like that's anywhere though. Like everyone has their own preferences, or their own what they like. But I'm not really interested in dating right now, so I can't really answer that. So like, don't get to college thinking like, oh, I'm gonna find the love of my life. No. Everyone is sharing everyone. Like, you would be surprised. Like, a lot of people share people here, and a lot of people are cheating here, and I just be looking like, this is a little much. Like I didn't think that people cheat the way they do until I got to college, and I was like, okay, all right, that is crazy. Like, I've seen some crazy stuff, and I'm like, Jesus, like, I'm so glad that is not me. And how could you do this to someone? Like, it's crazy. My type of guy, I'm not finding in college. I'm sorry. I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx myself.
Really, nigga? What's
like, I'm actually like not even kidding when I say that. No, because God throw things at you that you would never expect. But Jesus, be confident in who you are first. Do not make the mistake of just talking to people because you're looking for something within yourself. I had to realize that in therapy. Like, I found myself looking for happiness in other people. And it messes you up because when those people aren't there, sorry, this is Lene calling, guys. Hey, I'm in the middle of a video.
Oh. Hey guys, sorry. Bye.
Okay, I'll call you in like 10:15.
Huh?
I'll call you in like 10:15. Just be confident in who you are before you start giving away things. One key thing my grandmother always taught me is you have to know your self-worth and know who you are in order to make decisions in life. Because you can make decisions out of pure, like, flesh. And every decision you make should be including God. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you are not Christian and you're watching this, I am sorry. But I feel like all decisions you should make, you should ask God first. Because you can make a decision out of pure flesh. And your flesh is only doing what your insecurities tell you to do. I'm not judging anyone. I am not telling you what to do. But I have made those exact decisions out of flesh and insecurities. And you will end up in a messed up situation. So a lot of times I watch like a lot of girls on campus, like they go into dating or having sex with certain guys. And they lose their self within doing all this. They lose their self completely. Without healing and understanding myself, I could have been one of those girls, you know. My mom and dad raised me to be a very strong, independent woman, but you can still fall into traps of insecurities every single time. You can have both parents in the home, you can have one parent in the home, you can have no parents in the home. Someone with two parents in the home can have the same mindset as someone with no parents in the home. I think a lot of people mistaken, like, oh, like I have both my parents are married, or my mom was a great asset in my life. You can have traumas from your parents and still be like best friends with your mom. Like, you could still be best friends with your parent and they still put you through a lot of trauma that you haven't healed from. And then you go to dating or having sex and you run into those issues of, okay, like I am choosing guys that are very similar to my dad, or I'm finding a lot of similarities in these people. And you'll find that out. Like, I found that out and I was like, oh, let me back up for a second and go back to therapy. Like, I'm telling y'all, get therapy, bro. Like, therapy is so real. Like, I used to laugh because I used to be like, why would I go talk to somebody about my problems? How are they gonna help me? I started off going to therapy my sophomore year. My parents got divorced my freshman year of high school. And I was like, oh, I'm cool. Like, I thought I was just like, that divorce didn't hurt me. Like, a couple months later, I was like, hold up. Like, I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm real mad. Because I realized, like I was going through some stuff because I wasn't healed. Because I wasn't expressing that I was angry. And I think a lot of people forget that it is okay to have a mutual feeling. Angry. You can be any emotion you want to feel. No one can take that from you. But it's how you fix the situation is to heal. You have to heal from your situations, or else you will literally find yourself in the worst possible relationships in general. My first session, I'm sitting there looking at her, she looking at me, we looking at each other. I'm not telling her nothing. I'm like, you gonna go tell my dad. I'm not telling you nothing. They cannot go back to your parents unless it's life-threatening. Those therapists really do, they don't judge you. Like, there's like an open journal. Yo, I sat with her in 2 sessions in a row, complete silence. And she just sat there with me. Like, we just sat there looking at each other. My 3rd session with her, I was like, hold up. This is actually helping me. Like, I'm really healing from something. Like, she actually about to listen to me. So I start breaking down crying. She asked me one question, and I just broke down. And it might have been the most simplest question. I think it was like, how do you feel right now? I started crying, and I hadn't cried in months. So I'm like, what'd she just do? Like, why am I crying? But it was because I was hurt. Like, I was balancing school, work, sports, and I felt like, I'm the type of person where, like, when I'm going through things, I try to add on all this stuff onto my schedule. I want to be here, I want to be there, I want to be doing this. Like, I want to go out to eat, I want to go shopping. Like, spending money had to be one of my main things to do when I felt stressed, overwhelmed, or just sad. Stress, eating, and shopping was my thing. And all this was within while I was in a relationship, not healed, and wasn't allowing God to heal me because I was focused on trying to keep that person happy, trying to keep my best friend happy, trying to keep my mom and dad happy, trying to keep everybody around me happy. But I was juggling so many emotions to the point I was like, okay, like, I don't feel good. Wrong. Like, so then I stopped going to therapy after I felt a little bit better. Don't do that either. Okay. You still gotta keep going because it's always something you gotta work on. You're not perfect. There's always something you need to learn. I finally get to my freshman year of college, and I'm thinking I'm cool. I get to college, and I'm like, I don't think I'm okay. Like, say that you're not okay. And I just, like, broke down to my dad, and I'm just like, Dad, like, I don't think I can do this. Like, I just want to come home. Like, he like, nope, you got this. Like, you got this. You gonna figure it out. My mom was like, you got this. My grandfather always pushed me, and he passed away my freshman year going into, I was like, okay, my grandfather just passed away. I just left my ex-boyfriend. I feel alone. I feel like I hurt my ex-boyfriend. I feel like I hurt my dad. I feel like I failed a class, so I hurt my parents' feelings. Like, everybody hates me. Like, I'm just going through so many emotions. And I just, like, I'm like, but I'm okay. And I wasn't okay. I started heal. Like, you cannot provide for anyone else. You cannot give up your body without healing, or else you are going to find yourself giving up your body everywhere. You're going to find yourself falling into a relationship that you don't even feel like this person is for me, but you're just dating them because you're trying to fill that void, and you don't want to do that. Like, I've been there, I've done that. It's a learning experience. You gotta move past it. Like, you gotta